Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be chatting about a Forex, or more specifically an automated gold trading EA or robot. This one that we're looking at is called Promax Gold and it's developed by SinryAdvice. Now, I came across this robot randomly online, one of my social media platforms. It was a promoted advert, and I decided to test it out. But before we get into the results, I'm just going to give you a quick overview on this particular robot and essentially what it does. So one of the reasons why I went for this robot was that it has a smart news filter, much like the other products, which basically means that it may not trade when there's high news or news that may affect the volatility of the market, which I think is really good. It estimates around 8 to 20% monthly profit, completely hands-free trading. It's When you get the robot, you actually get three presets. Now, this was different when I landed up buying the robot, which I'll talk about in a second. When I purchased it, I think we were on version 3, if I'm not mistaken, where the current version is version 5. And in the version 3, we got 4 different presets, but they were completely different to the current ones. And I haven't used their presets. I actually used custom settings of my own that I've been running for all this time. However, there are links to my FX books, which we'll take a look at, that actually show the success of these presets. Okay, now essentially what it does is that it analyzes fundamental news and the technical analysis to give or take trades above 70% accuracy and to minimize as much drawdown as possible. This is what it looks like. And you need to have 1,000 USD or higher account, either a standard type or a ECN account. And then pretty much they give you a 14-day demo. If not, you can apply for 100% refund. So let's take a look at some of the results that they have on their MyFX book. I'm only going to look at the $1,000, which is the minimum starting account. I'm not going to have a look at this $100,000 because I don't really think that's feasible for many people. So taking a look at the first one, they're using OPO Forex, which is their trusted broker, a 1 to 500 leverage account. Sorry about that. And you can see here they had $1,000 deposit initially. They haven't been running this account for very long. It was probably over just about a month now, for May the 4th up till about the 15th of June. You can see they've gained 9.28%, which is around $92 in profit. And if you look at the drawdown on this account, very low. 0.02, 0.02, 0.04 and 0.07, so under 1% in drawdown, which is very good. But obviously, I mean, we're talking about a couple of weeks worth of data here, so I wouldn't read too much into this. And that's pretty much the same thing with this other MyFX book, HF Markets SV 1 to 500. $1,000 deposit, and you can see here they've actually got a lot more profit, $665 in profit. And this one's a much better MyFX book, running from March up until I think this is also very strange. Oh, March 2021. Sorry, I didn't even see that. So about a year essentially worth of growth, with the drawdown here ranging from around under 20% to jumping to around under 30% towards the testing a year later. So as you can see, it's been very profitable overall. Now, when I first saw this robot, I was quite interested in it for the fact that it trades gold. A lot of the other ones trade Forex. I did land up going with custom settings, which I will show you guys in a future video. But for now, this was essentially just to give you my feedback on a 6-month review on this robot. So I landed up purchasing this robot. I went live, I think, in around November last year. That was before I did 3 months worth of testing on a demo. So on the testing on the demo, I used the presets that I was given at the time. They were quite safe, didn't really make a lot of gain, so I decided to change things up and put in my own custom filters. I do take a lot of drawdown, which I'll talk about in a second when we look at the profit and loss, but I've grown substantially over the 6-month period. So I ran it on the demo for 3 months, quite happy with the results, moved over to a live account, been running for about 6 months now. So once you see the results, if you guys want, I'll leave a link down below. You can go click on the link, which will take you to this page where you can come and purchase this Promax Gold EA. Have a chat here after you've clicked on my link, because you could get a discount voucher, just depending on the time of the year or when you decide to purchase this robot. So let's jump in straight to the results. Okay, so I've got this running on a VPS. You can see here that this is a live account. We're running Promax version 5, which is the latest one. Now let's open up the account history. You'll see I'm currently sitting on $2,688. If we take a look at the account history, let's pull this all the way up here. Go all the way to the beginning. It's showing me let's close this. Okay, this is showing me for the month of June. So for the month of June, you can see overall there is some losses. You can see a loss of $41, $48, $31.17, and we make them back. So for June overall, considering we're halfway through June, I'm sitting on about $322 in profit. So I will hopefully expect this to go up as we proceed along in the month. Hopefully it will close much higher, but in terms of profit, that's really good from initial $1,000 deposit. So let's take a look at essentially the full history of the account. There we go. So you can see we actually went live. It wasn't in November, it was actually in December the 7th. To be fair, I did buy it in November. I tested it for a bit. I had some issues setting up the VPS, so we did go live on the 7th essentially. And you can see deposit of $1,000. And initially it started taking 0.01 lot sizes, so you're making about $2.50 on a particular trade. And then that ran. You can see here we hit January all the way down to February, March, April, May, and June, which is what I showed you currently. So with $1,000 deposit, which is what we initially had, we're sitting on a profit of $1,688 to date, which I think is very impressive. As I showed you, in the last month alone, for the month of June, I've made $322, and then for the last 3 months, so that is from the 31st of March up until the current date of June, I've basically just over doubled the account, $1,089. I just want to show you guys what it had for May, so we can get a comparison. So for the month of May, we're sitting at about $400. So $400 for the month of May, currently sitting at $322 halfway through June. So we expect again to finish around hopefully the $400 plus mark. So what sort of strategy does Promax Gold actually use? I think they do talk about it in here. They use a smart grid strategy. So what I've experienced with my custom settings is that the robot will place an order, either buy or sell, if the market moves against you. So let's just have a look here. Let's say you place a sell order here as an example, and the market moves up, you go into negative. What it would do is that it would start placing sort of grid orders. So it may place another sell here, another sell up here, another sell up here, and it would move the stop loss accordingly, and it would adjust the take profits accordingly. And then obviously when it drops down or it takes the sell, it may close some of these in profit. Let's say the ones that were up here, the sell up here, the sell up here would be in profit, but then this down here would close in a negative. Overall, you may have, let's say, let's say for example 7 trades open, 4 may close in profit, 3 may close in negative or with a stop loss. But because the lot sizes increase with every order, you'll end up taking an overall profit. Now, I will say that the new presets, these 3 presets that they give you, look pretty good. From the MyFX book that we have, you can see that the drawdown, especially on this one, is almost non-existent for almost a month, under 1%, really good. The custom settings I'm running on my robot is a lot more aggressive. To put it in perspective with you, around my $2,000 mark, when I had that amount in my account, the market really swung against me, and I had drawdown of about 50%. So I almost had $1,000 in drawdown. The robot did come back and close it out in profit, but you need to account for those things, you know. If you're going to be using the given presets, you will make profit, but it will be a lot slower because it's much safer. If you want to use a lot more risky or high risk strategies to make money a lot quicker, you can, as I've just demonstrated, to you here. But you also then need to account for the fact that you're going to have really big drawdown, which may land up blowing your account. So that's a risk you need to take, which is basically what I've done since I've started. $1,000 deposit, live account, let's call it 6 months later, and I'm sitting at $2,688. So I've more than doubled my account. So in my personal opinion, I'm quite happy with Promax. Very good support from the SinryAdvice team. They, once you purchase the product, they obviously email everything to you. They set up your license. You can run it on your computer on a VPS. They give you the presets, and whenever there's an update, you get an email with the update with the new presets that you can try out as well. They're also very good in communication, either via email or Telegram or Instagram. When they expect high volatility market days, they may advise you, to switch off your robot if you don't want to take the risk. So 100% would recommend them for customer service. I'm quite pleased and quite happy with this robot, which is why I'm still currently running it on a live account. I will be testing out a few of the other products, especially the Red Horse, another gold robot, and Swing VIP, which is a Forex robot. And then hopefully, as this one starts making some profit, we can switch over to some other developers and try those ones out. So overall, I'm very happy with this EA. I'm willing to take the drawdown to get the results that I'm getting. At a later date, I may drop the lot sizes, or I may switch back to their given presets just to manage the account a bit more from a risk management perspective. Essentially, what happens is you have a 0.01 lot size. So if you have a look at here at the beginning, when you have $1,000 account, it takes 0.01 lot sizes up until the point where you've now, got a bit more in your account. You'll see it will start taking 0.02s. This was a grid method, so you could see here this probably swung against us, which is why it closed in negative, right? So 0.02, 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, and then this move probably all landed up closing in positive here. So you'll see here that would be negative, 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 and then the positive. So it does use the grid method, and then as you go along, you'll see we start switching over to 0.02, 0.03s, which is where we are at the moment. So I would definitely recommend this robot. If you guys want to purchase the robot, I will leave a link for you in the description down below. If you use it, have a chat with the customer service. You may get a 10% discount coupon for being a first-time user. And then once you've purchased it using my link down below, drop me a message if you want to use my custom settings. Please try it out in demo first, use it at your own risk, but then I'll be happy to provide you with those settings. I will, provide a monthly update, so maybe on the 1st of every month, I'll give you guys a view of how much I've made for the previous month, whether I'm still running my custom settings, or whether I'm going to be switching over to some new settings. But for now, that's pretty much it from me. Have a great day, and I'll drop another video quite soon. Cheers.